Opening, the table of silence. They say that sometimes the universe doesn't speak in words, but in symbols, small, quiet things that wait for you to notice them. In a small room filled with soft golden light, you find yourself standing before a wooden table. Upon it, for stones rest in silence. No names, no instructions. Just there. You don't know why you're here. Maybe you were searching for an answer. Maybe you were just tired of pretending, of holding all together. Whatever brought you here, it doesn't matter, because right now it's just you and the stones. A soft voice, somewhere in a room, or maybe within your mind, whispers. You don't need to understand. Just feel. One of them belongs to you. You look closer. A clear quartz that shines like frozen water. A dark obsidian, smooth and heavy. A river stone, pale and worn by time. A golden citron, glowing faintly as if lit from within. 4 stones, 4 paths, 4 mirrors. Some behind Small Cloud Part 1. The quartz, the path of clarity. You reach for the clear quartz. It's cool, almost transparent, yet it catches light in ways that seem impossible. For a moment, you see a reflection in it, not your face, but something deeper. Quartz has always been called the stone of truth. It amplifies what already exists, not to show you something new, but to help you see what was always there. If this is the stone that called to you, perhaps you spent your life seeking clarity, not perfection, but understanding. You're the kind of person who asks why when others accept because. You dissect your feelings, your patterns, your pain, as if truth itself could heal you. And in many ways, it can. But Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. The quartz is your mirror. It doesn't give you answers. It only reflects the questions you've been afraid to ask. Are you searching for truth or for control? Are you trying to understand life or to make it stop hurting? Hold the quartz close. Let its stillness remind you. Clarity isn't the absence of confusion. It's the courage to sit in the fog until your heart adjusts to the light. New Moon Part 2, the obsidian, the path of shadows. Then there's the obsidian, dark, heavy, absorbing all light around it. When you hold it, it feels almost alive, warm, pulsing faintly. People often fear this stone because obsidian shows you what you've buried. It's not evil, not cursed. It's honest, brutally honest. If the stone drew you in, you are someone who has faced or is facing the weight of your own shadow. You know the feeling of hiding behind a smile. You understand that not every wound bleeds. You've learned how to carry pain quietly, gracefully, as if it were part of your skin. Obsidian whispers. You are not broken for feeling deeply. You are alive. Carl Jung called this confrontation with the darker self the shadow work. It's not about fixing yourself. It's about looking into the mirror of your soul and saying, I see you, even the parts one don't like. In darkness, you find strength. In silence, you rediscover your voice. And in your scars, you realize they were never flaws. They were maps. Sheaf of Rice Part 3, the river stone, the path of stillness. Smooth, simple, almost ordinary. The river stone carries a memory of water, the patient erosion of time, the soft touch of 1,000 currents. If the stone spoke to you, you are the healer, the listener, the one who holds the world's noise and somehow stays gentle. But gentleness has a cost. You've been the calm in many storms, yet sometimes you forget to come home to yourself. The river stone hums softly. You do not have to carry every broken thing you find. In Jungian thought, water is a symbol of emotion and the unconscious. This stone teaches flow. That peace isn't something you chase. It's something you return to. Maybe life has worn you down, smoothed your edges, made you quiet. But quiet does not mean weak. Stillness is its own kind of power, one that heals without noise. Let the stone remind you, you deserve the same gentleness you offer others. Sun Part 4, the citron, the path of light. Finally, the golden citron. It glows as if sunlight got trapped inside, waiting for you to notice. When you hold it, it feels warm, not hot but alive. Citron is a stone of creation, confidence, and renewal. It belongs to the souls who were born to ignite, but who sometimes forget their own fire. If this is your stone, you are someone who gives life to ideas, who dreams big and burns bright, but also someone who hides at light when the world feels cold. Citron whispers, "You were not meant to shrink to fit the dark." Jung said the process of individuation, becoming your true self, is like bringing light to the unconscious. The citron burns with that same purpose. It doesn't ask you to shine perfectly. It asks you to be real, to live, even when uncertain, to create, even when afraid, to love, even after loss. Because light is not about never knowing darkness. It's about remembering you can always find your way back to warmth. Full Moon Part 5, The Mirror. You step back, for stones lie before you again. Each one now feels familiar, as if you've met different versions of yourself through them. The quartz, the seeker of truth. The obsidian, the keeper of shadow. The river stone, the quiet healer. The citron, the rekindled flame. Different paths, but one soul. Yours. You realize now that this was never about choosing the right stone. It was about seeing that each part lives within you. Light and shadow, peace and pain, creation and silence. The voice returns, softer this time. Every choice you make is a conversation with your soul. The symbols you're drawn to are not random. They are your language. You close your eyes. For a moment, there is no table, no stones, only stillness, and the faint sense that something inside you is unclenched. Maybe the truth was never hidden at all. Maybe it was just waiting for you to listen. Sunrise ending, the return. When you open your eyes, you're back in your room. The light is gentle, the world unchanged, and yet something feels different. Lighter, clearer. You glance at your desk. There's nothing there but a small pebble, ordinary, unremarkable, and still you smile, because now you understand. Healing doesn't always look like light. Sometimes it's simply choosing to stay open. The stones were never the test. They were the mirror, and what you saw was you.